Hi, good morning. Yeah, I promise you guys a video on how to catch spikes. So, not to waste our time, you only need to know three things. Once you know those three things, then you are good to go. You have to know when to enter a trade, when to get out, and also when to hold a trade. Once you know that three things, then you are good to go. You'll make a lot of money with this strategy. So, and also support and resistance. So, all traders are familiar with that. So not to waste our time, this is weekly time frame. So you have to know the trend of the market first. Like, okay, where is this market actually going? This is crash 500, guys. So if crash 500 is in an uptrend on a bigger time frame, then you have to know that there won't be much spikes. The market will only spike only if it is retracing or it's reached a strong resistance at the top, vice versa for boom. So that's how it works. Once you know the trend of the market that okay, this market is actually going up, then you should know when to enter. You really enter at a strong resistance, then hold and it's in the spike. I also use indicator too, but you can't depend fully on indicator. So for like 2 days now, crash 500 has been falling, going down massively. Best way, best time to trade spikes. Then what you will do is come to smaller time frame, then look for your entry. So we are at the point I actually enter my trades. All I need to know is support and resistance on a smaller time frame. It's not possible you catch all spikes. It's not possible. It's not possible. You only need to catch few you can catch and get out of the market once you make enough money. So these are I trade. I look for my support and resistance on a smaller time frame. So then I enter my trade. Like you can see the market actually rises up here. And once it's reached this resistance, minor resistance here, what happens to the market is spike and comes down. So these are enter my trade. You can see that once the market reach here, it spike around here. So there's a probability if the market reach top here, it will spike. But where exactly did I enter? I enter when it is two candles to where it spiked the last time. So once the market reach around here, that's when I'll enter my sell. Then I'll wait for spike. For example, let's say I actually wait for spikes that okay, the market will spike, and unfortunately the market didn't spike. I will have to wait till it can't one bullish candles above the previous spike. Once I notice that this market actually can't one bullish candle above the previous spike, then I'll get out of my trade. Then my eyes will be here. But sometimes if I know that okay, my equity is actually high to hold a trade, I won't even close it. I will have to wait the market reach here. Like okay, maybe it didn't respect this. Maybe this is what the market will respect and it will spike. So it depends. Know when to hold, know when to enter, and know when to get out. Once you know that, you are good to go. So you can see I actually enter mostly when it is two candles before the last spiked, and I get out mostly once I notice that it is one or two candles above the last spiked. You know, guys, for example, let's say you try to catch spikes 2 times back, but you unfortunately you missed the two spikes you try to catch, and let's say you lose like few candles when you get out early. But fortunate for you, you're able to catch one spike. You know that one spike that you were able to catch is to actually recover all your losses. It's to recover all the losses of the two trades you were unable to catch the spike, or of the two trades that you try of the two spikes you tried to catch but they didn't come. So that's the advantage of catching spikes. Know when to enter, know when to get out, and know when to hold. So if you enter, if you trade 10, if you enter 10 trades a day and you're unable to catch five, you're unable to catch six, but you're able to catch four or three, you'll still be in profit at the end of the day. So this is the simple way I use this on a naked chart. I use indicator too. We'll talk about the indicator later The indicator actually helps me. There is this crossover on MetaTrader, crossover on moving average that I use mostly, which actually helps me. So this is what I actually use. It works perfectly. Okay, let's check the old trades. Around here too, it's probably worked too. Okay. Did they actually reach the other side over here? No, okay, I won't be able to carry the spikes once because I won't reach this side. This is where I actually enter mostly. Okay, it didn't work here, but it works a lot of the time. If that boom crash 1000 crash 500, it works. And also, if I trade spike, this is what I do mostly. Once I enter a trade and I was able to catch a spike, what I will do is set my stop loss around here. And then the market actually spike over here. I enter maybe around here. I enter maybe, sorry for that, I enter maybe around here. So I'll set my stop loss around here, or I should set it where I entered exactly. So in case if the market actually goes up, retraces and hits my stop loss, I will make no profit, I will make no loss. But what if the market is actually going down, spiking several, then I'll be in big profits. Okay, that's simple way I catch my spikes. There is nothing special, simple way. And also there's these things too that I use like this. Okay, this spike I will actually catch it if I'm online. This small one I will actually catch it if I'm online. Like because you can see over here when the market spiked over here, then it rises up. So there's a probability that this bottom will push the market if it get there. And once this one rises and reach around this side, what happens in the market is pushed it down. You already catch these spikes with that. It might not be long, okay, but it's still money. And you can see what I said, this minor support. So once the market actually rises and reach this side, if you sell, you'll be able to catch this spike too. So it is not every position I trade. Like it is not every position that okay, like once I see that this market is about to reach, I have to trade, I have to enter, I have to do this. No, it is not every position I trade. I have to know the trend of the market first. If I notice that okay, this market will actually rise well on 5 minutes time frame or on 15 minutes time frame, this actually will actually bullish a bit, then I'll know that it is not all minor resistance. That's where I will trade. It is only when I know that this market is actually falling heavily presently, that's when I will try every minor resistance to trade. You can see this on this 5 hour. What happens around here? What happened around here? Once the market reaches this minor resistance, what happens? It falls. Okay, everything is not, all you need is understanding. Once you understand well, you will know when to enter. Same thing happens around here, it falls. So I'm still wondering, the market should respect this resistance a bit. Even if it will break it, at least it will actually retrace a little bit here. But if it didn't, there's one at the top it will actually respect, which will push the market down. So that's simply how I catches my spike. It is what you guys understand. You just don't pay attention to it. I'm very sure of that. A lot of you on my list, I know you are a good traders. Even look up to most of you guys. So it is what you guys understand. So this is how I catch my spikes on a naked chart. Also on using indicators, this is what I use. I use RSI. My period will be 20 and I'll set my levels to 5, 95, 80, 20, 90, 10, 7, 85, 15 and co. Then once it is overbought or oversold, I will have to wait till the market reach the next resistance. Okay, let me check the time. This is 9 minutes already. Let me see, maybe I can sharply explain that. So for naked chart, guys, all you need to know is where is the market actually going on a bigger time frame. So I use 15 minutes and 30 minutes to know where the market is actually going. If I see that okay, this market crash 500 for example, this crash 500 is actually rising up heavily on crash, I will know that this market won't spike everywhere as I thought. I know that this market won't spike everywhere as I thought. Okay, But if I notice that okay, this market is actually going down, going down, going down, then I will risk every resistance I meet to catch my spikes. Did you guys get me now? Did you guys understand? So that's simply what I do and how I catches my spikes. So let's talk about the relative strength index. Okay, I set my period at 20, apply to median price HL over 2. Then I'll set my levels like this 5, 95, sorry, next, 90, okay, 10, next, 90, next, 85, next, 15, next, 80, next, and 20. I actually use 70 and 32, but what's the essence of that? Because I'm not even confident enough to enter at 70 or 60 like that. So then the pixel, you can use any pixel you want to click down. So what will happen here? Okay, you can see I said I was actually expecting a spike around here, but I don't even enter the trade because I know that at least this market has gone down a little bit. It will need to actually rise up, and I don't even know, maybe it actually hit the support. That's what is expecting. Okay, it is on a strong support on 15 minutes. Can you guys see? It's on a strong support. So all you need to do is study your chart. It's not something really hard. It is what you guys know, but you just don't pay attention to it. I know you're all my bosses of life. You can see it reached a strong support. It will actually spike somewhere soon. Maybe here, or maybe something in the past. Might have an effect on it. But once the market is moving like this, I actually respect it to move. It's not compulsory I catch or spikes, but around here, once the market reach around here and it doesn't spike, we have to enter. Then wait till it reach around here, and if it doesn't spike, so we have to get out. Then my eyes will be on air. It may actually spike air too, but my eyes will be air. So it's not only on Crash 500. You can use it on anywhere. So this is how I actually use my RSI. So check it, guys. I also use moving average, but I will explain. Can I even explain that on this video? Sorry, I have to create. If you guys don't understand, you can actually ask your question. Ask your question, guys. So the period is on 20. Once the market actually goes up and reach around this at the top here, you should know that okay, this market will actually spike soon. So what I do is, once I see that this market has already touches 80, my eyes will be like, where is the support? Sorry, my eyes will be like, where is the next resistance now on the chart? Where is the next resistance? That's if the market is on heavy uptrend, it's going up massively, and after it goes up massively, it reaches here. Then I would have to train that okay, even though it is in an uptrend, this market already reached overbought. Okay, so at least it will spike or retrace a bit. Once it reaches here, my eyes will be like, okay, where is the next resistance where the market might actually spike? So around here, it reaches here, around here. Don't enter immediately. You see that okay, the market has already reaches here. You might lose a lot of money, which it doesn't, which will be very bad. So once the market hits 80, don't enter yet. Go to your chart and study where the next resistance is. Because it might actually goes up from 80 and reach 95 before it spiked. So all you need to do is know where the next resistance is. Know what can push the market downward next before you actually enter. Did you guys get that? So most people might unable to catch this spike over here once the market reaches 80. most people will be unable to catch these small spikes, which is not compulsory. At least if you catch this, it's still okay. The markets won't even reach your entry point before it goes down. So let's see, maybe this actually respect the resistance. There's this strategy I know, which is ICT, other blocks. I know maybe most of you guys have heard about that. If you know Michael, that South Africa trader, that's the strategy he taught us, ICT. So I use other blocks too sometimes. It actually works. So let's see, maybe this actually respects. Okay, around there it actually is coming down, that is coming down. You can see once the market reach a strong resistance at the top here, what happens? It's fall heavily. So I'll even be much more confidence to hold my trade once I notice that okay, this market has already been here. I'll be much more confidence to hold my trade because I know that on this 15 minutes time frame, this resistance at the top is very strong, which will push my market. And also on my RSI on small hour on small, let's say hours, my RSI is on small minute time frame around this side. Check it around this side where the market started spiking. What happened is already oversold already. Okay, it already reached this 80, 85 already. So I know that this market will actually spike soon. Even with confidence, I might enter a trade from here that it touches it because I know that it is already close to a strong resistance at the top. So if I hold a trade, I enter big with big losses. I will hold it for long till it spiked. I won't even close easily because I know that that's resistance at the top. We actually push it down a bit, even though it might break it soon. Before it break it, we actually push it down a bit before it break it. You can see the market actually reach here. They spiked. If you set your stop loss on entry, what happens? Spike again. You set your stop loss maybe in the middle here. Spike. And once it is already spiking like that, this is what I do. It spike like this. My stop loss might be here, or I might be greedy. Like no, I don't want to lose all my profits. So once it spike again, I'll put my stop loss at the top here. Okay, it actually spike again. Yeah, I'll put my stop loss at the top here. It actually spike again. I'll put my stop loss at the top here. But this one actually retraces and hits my stop loss. At the end of the day, I'm in profit. So that's how I catch my spikes. Also with the help of moving average too, I know when the market actually spikes severally. So this is how I use my moving average. I don't really, but on naked chart, I don't even need those moving average and RSI. I need that RSI if the market is in an uptrend. I'm use it to know when the market will actually retrace or when the market will actually comes down. So all what I'm teaching you, it is same thing for crash 1002 and also vice versa for boom. Okay, if you understand what I'm saying here, it is vice versa for boom. Okay, you know that boom actually spike up, while crash spike down. So it is vice versa. For boom, you have to know your support. Firstly, know your trend, know the trend of the market. If it is in an uptrend on boom, you are good to go, guys. So this is how I use my moving average. Okay, I set it at 10. Yeah, is it 10? It's 10 exponential. Apply it to low red. Okay, yeah, that's it, red. Also another moving average. I use 3 moving average. 16 blue, done. You can actually pause the video to check. I'm a bit fast. Then I use 100 before, but I think 50 is better. Then I use 52 black. So there are some things I even understand about this moving average very well. Like I have to know that this thing will actually spiked. Okay, you can see once the market, this black crosses over this one over around here, I know that two things are involved. Okay, let me tell you the crossover actually looks for right here. This market is already getting jam packed. I don't like it like this. I'm sorry, guys. Wow. Okay. Let me change it to one again over here. Right over here too. Let me change it to one again. Okay. So guys, this is how it works. This crossover, all you need to do, I use this crossover to even trade. All you need to do is know when the market, this black crosses this blue. Once you see that this black crosses this blue and red, immediately I might enter buy and buy the market for long. But there are sometimes which it gives fake entries. Okay, so I don't actually trade buy on crash again, and I don't trade sell on boom again. I use it for spike now, which actually works for me well. So this is what I do. This is how I use it. I'll have to see notice the crossover downward. Once I notice that okay, this black already crossed this market downward, what I'll do next is wait till the market reach the next support here, then hold my trade. Then I'll stop holding till I notice that okay, this market actually crossover back upward. I don't know, maybe you seems to get what I'm trying to say. You can see once it crosses over around here, I don't know, maybe you see what I'm saying. I'm familiar with the strategy already, so you guys might not understand. You can see over here it crosses this blue and black, this blue and red, this black crosses blue and red. They are facing down when it crosses. Don't mind when the market is actually want to cross upward back, but it didn't cross. What happened? Spiked, 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 and that's money, guys. That's money. So that's how it actually work, guys. Okay, let's check past histories. So you guys will be like, I only give you one settings, maybe the lucky ones. It actually works perfectly well. Okay, what happened over here too? It crosses around here. Okay, let's try to use this. Did I select this again? Sorry. I hope you guys get me. It crosses around here. Once I notice the market crosses around here, then I should be expecting a spike next. And what happened here? The market actually spiked long and comes down. That's a strategy on its own, moving average strategy. I use it alone before I notice this spike of a thing, something like that. So once you notice a crossover downward, then you should be expecting a spike. Once I see that okay, it crosses this blue and black facing downward, I might be waiting for the next support here. Like after it crosses over here, maybe like okay, once the market reach here, I will sell. But unfortunately, the market didn't reach. It didn't. I won't be able to catch these spikes. It goes up, didn't even reach this side again. It comes down. It goes up, but do what? It reaches around this here. So I might be able to enter right here. Once I enter right here, what happens to the market? Spiked. Set my stop loss around here. What happened again? Spiked. Set my stop loss around here. What happened again? It hits my stop loss. Am I not in profits? Big profits. Like that. So right here too, I might be able to enter the trade. You guys might be watching like, okay, this is where you enter. But me, I'm familiar with this strategy. I know that sometimes it's respected old resistance like this one now. So this is what I actually do mostly. I enter with I'll be like, okay, will this actually respect this? Sometimes I will even low it might actually obey to this. I'll be like, will it respect this or this? So I might not trade this one, but I might trade this one. That okay, at first let me enter with half of the lot size I actually want to use. I might use maybe 0.5 because I use 1.0 mostly. I only use 0.2, 0.5 to where I'm not really sure about, but it is possible it gets spiked. So I might use 0.5 or 0.4 around here. Then I'll hold the trade till it reaches here, and I'll enter with another lot size. And if it passes here and didn't spike, I'll close the two trades. But fortunately, what happens? Small spike happens, it goes up, spike, spike. So that's how it actually works. You guys can actually ask your question, and if you seem not to understand this video, pardon me, I will actually record another video. I don't find it stressful at all. I don't find it stressful. So I'm actually tired today. I just came back from somewhere. So guys, you just try it out and give me your review about it. So thank you.